Hey, shalom, 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 lakam, which is peace unto you all. Hayawam tawab la atam za'ach yakam yawam manor chagado Charlotte, which is good day. This is your brother Yawam from the GMS camp in Charlotte. Na chamatam kaya hamalakot hashamayim kwara. Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call layam la abanawa Yahweh bahasham Yahweh shai bahasham rucha hakodash wamashna la zakwanim na wamlakyam sharuch chagado, which is all praises to our Father Yahweh, which means He exists. Bahasham, in the name Yahweh Shai, delivers in double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Zayashaya, this is Isaiah chapter 47, and we'll get verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." All right. And sitting in the dust, that represents a state of confusion. All right, and that's ultimately what's going on in America, Babylon the Great. All right, because America is Babylon. When you actually go into Babylon, it's Babal, and it means confusion. You see, in which America has been known as the land of conglomerates, or a melting pot. You know, so it says, "Sit on the ground." Excuse me. It says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon." You see, because this place takes on the ways of ancient Babylon. All right, from the sorcery and the witchcraft and things of that such. But it says, "Sit on the ground, there is no throne." You see, because the Lord is taking that rulership or that preeminence that America had once before. He's stripping that away. So it says, "O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Excuse me. In which tender and delicate, because at one point, everybody wanted to come to America, Babylon the Great. This was the place to be, you see. But now it's a process of what's called reverse migration going on. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 20. And it says, I'll start verse 19. And it says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." Salah. It might have been, let me see. Verse 14, excuse me. It says, "And it shall be as the chaste roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land." You see, because again, it's a process right now going into reverse migration. You see, because when birds migrate, they migrate for a better scenery or better atmosphere. You see, to survive, for the winter. You see, but when you liken this into people, all right, America at one point, everybody wanted to come to America because, again, it was seen as the place to be right here, tender and delicate. At one point, it was termed tender and delicate, you see. But now everybody's reverse migrating because those that was once in this place, all right, the other nations are pursuant to Jeremiah the 51st chapter. They're seeing that essentially, it's not agreeing with those benefits that they once saw in this place. All right, going into that tender and delicateness, you see, because places like like Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken, they had a certain period of time to where they had U.S. diplomats over there, you see, and they pretty much, or JB pretty much withdrew the troops from over there, and they were seeing that, okay, that lifestyle that was being pushed, that democracy, all right, they no longer wanted that in their country, but then those that some of the other nations that came over here to seek for a better lifestyle, if you will, essentially, that they're seeing that from what's going on in this society, they're doing that reverse migration. They're going right back home, you see, because they're seeing that, hey, essentially that Babylon juice is not beneficial. It's not beneficial to life. Again, and that goes into why this place is being called no longer being called tender and delicate. Because again, going into critical race theory as well. Critical race theory to where Esau has to hide his his past. But the scriptures say that this man will be exposed. So that's why they have to go back and in the school systems and essentially take away different things out of history. All right, because they're feeling that shameful spewing. All right, again, going into how this place was once called tender and delicate, but it's not being called tender and delicate anymore because all those things are being brought to the forefront. Verse 2, Take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. All right. Going into the exposure. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Hey, so that shameful spewing is being put onto this place. All right. So let's get a couple more. This is Nahum. We'll get Nahum chapter 3, and we'll get verse 1. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right, it said bloody city. Let's get this real fast because this lines right up with it. This is Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33, and it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. All right, and it's a lot of Israelite blood is being shed in America, Babylon the Great. You see, that's hence why, you know, this place has a high crime rate. All right, let's get this real fast because it goes into it in the commentary. This is Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33 in the commentary, and it says, the urgency to bring murderers to justice. All right, right here. It says, right here, it says, one may say that because of the stain of so many unpunished murders, the USA is a defiled land. Across the country, many are murdered under many circumstances, and few are brought to justice. The blood of the slain cries out before the Most High. All right, and the U.S. has one of the highest crime rates. All right, it's a death style. All right, in America, Babylon the Great. You know, so going back to Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1, it says, woe to the bloody city. This is that bloody city. It says, woe to the bloody city. Well, I misspoke because America, if I'm not mistaken, has the highest crime rate around the world. All right. But it says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. If it's not the highest, it's one of the highest. But it says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right. The prey, all right, being the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, Israelite foreigners. The scriptures say that, you know, essentially they didn't want to give the rest. All right. What will ultimately give rest to Jake? All right. Telling them that they're the people of the Lord. You know, so that's you know, the prey doesn't depart because they don't understand, you know, who they are. Scripture say, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, because again, our rest, all right, is in the scriptures. All right, and Jake don't have no rest in America, Babylon the Great. All right, again, showing how this place is, you know, Babylon mentioned in the scriptures. So let's also get this, and I'm gonna go ahead and close. But this is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 8. And it says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. All right, and this goes into the carelessness of those that live in this society. All right, everyone's careless. No one cares about what's happening in the future. No one cares about, you know, having some type of contingency. All right. You know, the focus is, you know, do what you want, the microwave society. You see, so they don't feel as if this place is going to be touched. You see, but contrary to popular belief, hey, this place is going down and it's happening right before our eyes, you know. So let's also get this. This is Revelation chapter 18. We'll get verse 4. And it says, and I heard. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven, Revelation 18 and 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, ultimately when the elect is beamed up into those ships. So it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. All right, and that's why the scriptures go into this right here, and I believe it's Jeremiah 50 and verse 6. Salat. Jeremiah 50 and let me see. All right, Jeremiah 50 and verse 21, it says, go up against the land of Marathayam, which Marathayam is double rebellion. It says, even against it and against the inhabitants of Pakwawad, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. All right, and Marathayam again goes into double rebellion, you see. So that double rebellion, all right, mentioned in that double rebellion mentioned in Jeremiah 50 and verse 21. All right, it's going to be rewarded right here. That's why it says reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. All right, Maratayam, double rebellion. So double rebellion is going to receive a double bitterness, double bitterness. You see, which it goes into the same word. You see, because the Lord is a just power. You know, being that America, Babylon the Great has rebelled double. Well, it will receive of the double bitterness. That's why it says right here in Proverbs 5 and verse 3. But her end, we'll start from verse 3. It says, Proverbs 5 and 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. You see, what America, Babylon the Great pushes is, hey, you know, you can live like this, you see, but Jake going into these lifestyles, all right, not understanding that, all right, it's a deception. You see, that's why it goes into smoother than oil, you see, because it's very slick. It says, but her end but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. All right, so following after this woman, America, Babylon the Great, all right, it will end in bitterness because, again, it said double rebellion. All right, so double rebellion is going to receive a double bitterness. All right, and wormwood is a very bitter herb, you see. So that can be likened into spirit for in the spirit for what's going to happen to America, Babylon the Great, for what it has done, and, you know, pushing this lifestyle. All right, those that follow after this lifestyle will receive of the bitterness as wormwood, you see. So, yeah, I just wanted to go into that, you know, Adonai Tazaza Banaya Palos, where that was a beautiful edification through the spirit. While Adonai Tazah Atam Yash Yawam Tawab, Lord's will. You have a good day. Shalom Makam, which is peace unto you all. Shalom, shalom.